Welcome to another midweek recharge. Well, here we are in the second week of a new year, and so far it hasn't proven to be any better than the last one. In fact, it's gotten off to a pretty rocky start. The liturgical church calendar, though, begins with the season of Advent and goes through the whole year, ending with Christ the King Sunday. Once we get through the first 4 Sundays of Advent, we move at warp speed through the events in Jesus' life. We celebrate Jesus' birth on Christmas Eve and the Sunday after Christmas. Then the next Sunday is Epiphany, where Jesus is no longer an infant, but a young child when the wise men come to visit. And then the Sunday after that is Baptism of the Lord Sunday, where Jesus begins his ministry at age 30. We skip a lot of years in just a few Sundays, but the Bible does too. Many people believe that the main reason Jesus came to earth was so he could die on the cross for us. And without question, that is the very heart of our faith. When we hear the phrase, the reason for the season, that's usually what we think of. But that is not the only purpose Jesus had in being Emmanuel, God with us. If we only focused on Jesus' birth and death, the Gospels would be a whole lot shorter. The 3 years of Jesus' ministry described in the Gospels is the example of how we are to live. If we take following Jesus seriously, we must realize that we, as Christians, have work to do in God's kingdom. I was reminded recently of a poem entitled The Work of Christmas. This poem, written by Howard Thurman, was set to music by Dan Forrest, and our choir sang it for Christmas back in 2014. The text says, "When the song of the angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and princes are home, when the shepherds are back with their flock, the work of Christmas begins. To find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to release the prisoner, to rebuild the nations, to bring peace among brothers, to make music from the heart." Most of us have packed away our decorations and have moved on to trying to salvage our New Year resolutions. But the truth is, we're not finished with Christmas. Jesus didn't come to earth only to die for us, but he also came to earth to live for us. And in doing so, Jesus taught us how to live. The thought of doing kingdom work can seem overwhelming, or we may feel that we're not equipped to do anything. If we read the Gospels, though, we can see that Jesus ministered to people that he encountered along the way. Sometimes even the small things can make a difference. To find the lost, we don't have to look far, and sometimes we all lose our way. To heal the broken, just saying a kind word or saying, "I'm sorry," can bring healing. To feed the hungry. This can be literal or figurative, because we all hunger for something. To release the prisoner. Many of us are bound by prisons of hurt or pain or guilt from which we need to be freed. To rebuild the nations. Well, we can start by praying for our own. To bring peace among brothers and sisters. Maybe something as simple as staying off social media can perpetuate peace. To make music from the heart. This is the one I long for most, and it's one that we will do again. One of the things I love most about the musical setting of this poem is how it ends. It ends on a dissonant chord. Most of the time, when we hear a dissonant chord, the chord resolves, takes us back to the original key, and gives us a nice finish to the piece. In this anthem, though, the final chord does not resolve. In other words, it leaves us hanging. For some of our choir members, this is very uncomfortable. We like for what we start to come to a conclusion and a nice finish. In this piece, though, the work of Christmas is left dissonant and unfinished, because the real work of Christmas, our work, is not finished. It's only started. The real work of Christmas will not resolve until the kingdom of this earth becomes the kingdom of heaven. When the song of the angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and princes are home, when the shepherds are back with their flock, the work of Christmas begins. Let's get to work. Amen.